And overall, in working standalone, I have 12 years of experience. And prior to that, I'm a CBS functional consultant. Coming to my workday expertise, I have done so far end-to-end 5+ projects, implementations from the data gathering to post-production support activities. Okay. Similarly, I have supported 7+ AMS projects, which means support projects as well. Currently, I'm working as a project manager, also technical architect in Workday. So I like to work as an individual contributor also, though I'm in a leadership role. So a simple intro about myself. And coming to the today's agenda, quickly we'll go through. Sorry, I kept everyone on mute. Please unmute yourself if you have any questions, friends, since the session is recording. Okay, so today first what we do is we'll go through the demo. Means I'm going to explain what are the topics we are going to be cover as part of our Workday technology. And post that, I would like to hear from you any feedback or any questions, and career wise, I can help you. Okay, right, fine. So, does anyone know what is current version of the Workday? Sorry to start with the question, so it will helpful for me to understand whether anyone get a chance to explore what is Workday, what are the tools we have in Workday, what are the modules we have in Workday. Okay, what is the current version of the Workday, friends? Okay, what is the current version of an iPhone? Current model, sorry,
17 Pro.
17 Pro Max or Plus or whatever. Correct?
Yeah.
17. Earlier one is 16. Now 17. Maybe next year, 2026, it may be 18. Correct? Similarly, there you have iOS versions. Okay. Similar to that, Workday also have version control here. Okay. Version control. Every year, Workday will release as two updates. We will call it as biannual updates. Okay. Workday release biannual updates. Okay, biannual updates. So what is the current version of the Workday? WD 2025 R2. WD 2025 R2. What is mean by this? WD stands
Workday
for,
2025.
yeah, WD stands for Workday. 2025 stands for the year which is released. R2 stands for release. R2 stands for release. So every year Workday will release updates in one in the previous version is The previous version is WD2025 R1, which release or was released in the month of February. And the latest release was released in the month of September. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here, every year Workday release updates, which is biannual, every 6 months. One is in the month of February, another one is in the month of September. Two updates. These updates might have enhancements, changes in the user experience, simplifying the current workflows or processes, or maybe new enhancements which requested by the clients or their customers. It can be any. Okay. The next update, which is going to be released 2026 in the month of February. Okay. But current update is W2025R. So we have a Workday deployment methodology session where in detail I will talk about the Workday architecture and also what are the steps are involved in the deployment methodology, what are the roles and responsibilities of a engagement manager, client side or implementation partner side or project side, and what is your daily roles and responsibilities. Okay, and what are the tools we will use to configure the data, means requirement gathering workbooks or process books, and what are the tools we will use to migrate the data from one Workday environment to another Workday environment? What are the different types of Workday environments we have, like production, sandbox preview, implementations? Okay. What are the successful steps what are the successful steps for successful project deployment. So a 2 to 3 hour session, which is we're going to discuss in detail in that session. Okay. Normally, I would like to start the topic always at first, but the reason is some of you might be technical, some of you may not be. So, I want to ensure everyone is on the same page. I will hold the topic. I mean, once we complete 3 chapters, I'll pick up the topic so that you will get an idea what is Workday, and then if I do a deep dive into the technical side, it's easy to understand. That's the process. So coming to the course, which is designed for functional integration, we will call it as techno-function course. Means we are going to learn Workday Core HR at deep dive sessions. Along with that, in integration front, we are going to learn reports, EIBs, core connectors, calculated fields, and integrate other applications or vendor applications, get the data or put the data. Okay, all we are going to perform. I will take you through in detail in the course curriculum in a while. Okay. So before I start, anyone have any questions?
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes, sir. Go on.
Yeah, when I resign, what will appear on my papers?
When you resign, what will appear in the papers?
Yeah,
What do you mean that, sir? Could you give me a scenario?
like I am working in non-IT right now.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, it will appear like process associate.
Okay, you mean your business title or position title, what will appear once you
Yeah,
resign, right?
yes, yes.
Absolutely, whatever your last position title, the same will be updated, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So definitely such questions, career related or any non-IT related backgrounds, or anyone is general HR would like to move to Workday, or anyone in coding side would like to move to Workday, a non-IT background, don't worry, I'm there to help you out. We'll discuss in detail and clarify your questions. So quickly, I'll take you through the course content, friends. Okay, course content. This course, as I mentioned, is designed for functional and integration. We are going to learn both techno-functional codes. So approximately, we need 40 hours to complete functional integration, 40 hours, but it may go beyond sometimes plus 5 hours. It depends on the questions we are discussing, errors we faced. Okay. So considering that, a buffer five more sessions. So 40 to 45 sessions are required. Standalone functional, we might require 24 sessions as a minimum. It may go again plus 3 or plus 5. For integration, we need 14 sessions. Again, a buffer I always keep 3 to 5 sessions. Overall, 40 to 45 hours we need to complete this training. So what I do first, I will take you through the course content. I'll try my best to make you familiar with the terminologies and what we are going to learn in each chapter. Feel free to stop me if you have any questions. Don't hesitate. Consider me as your friend. Don't worry. Don't hesitate. Just stop me, ask questions. I'll try my best with more examples. Okay? Right. Then after I will help you what are the logistics we are going to provide. And I'll definitely clarify your questions. One of our friends asked a good question. Similar such questions, I can help you out. Okay.
Hello, Kiran. I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. This is
Mhm.
Sangeeta here.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
This 4 hours that you're talking about the course time. So, is it in a day, or the classes will be conducted only on the
Yeah.
weekend? So,
No.
how do you plan?
Okay. Actual plan is it's a 40-hour session, ma'am, not 4 hours. Okay. 40 to
Okay.
45 hours. Every
Okay.
day, weekday, 1 hour session. Every
Okay.
day, weekday, a 1 hour session. But sometimes, if you have any questions, you guys did practice or you want me to review, it may extend 30 more minutes. Depends. Okay. I can support on that part. And
All right.
the session is Monday to Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, we don't have any session unless if you're beyond the not we are behind the schedule. Okay, in that case, I may request 1 or 2 sessions to connect on weekends. Yes,
Got it. Thank you.
thank you, ma'am. Okay, now let me take you to the course content. So first we'll start from core concepts and navigational basics. What does that mean? Once you logged into Workday environment, once you logged into Workday environment, we have a Workday landing page, friends. Okay? We have a Workday landing page. We'll try to understand what are the landing page features, how those features are going to be helpful, how to navigate on the Workday application, how to search for a task, what is home button, what is the difference between uh, inbox and notifications, sitemap, favorites, different types of worklets, including admin, employee self, manager self, service related. Okay, like that, we have 20 plus features are available on Workday landing feature that include quick actions, cards, my workspace, okay, all Workday assistant, etc. So what we do, we'll go through each and every feature to understand and how this feature is going to be helpful as part of your HR practice on daily basis. That covers core concepts and navigation basics. So in one line, it will help you to how to navigate quick and fast. Okay, to accomplish a task, a completion of a task. Then after, we'll talk about organizations in Workday. In Workday, we have 12 organizations are available. Technically 11, but business unit, sometimes finance, it is there. So 12 organizations we have in Workday, which includes supervised organization, cost center, cost center hierarchy, region hierarchy, location hierarchy, customer organization, matrix organization, pay group, company hierarchy, and business unit. So these many organizations we have in Workday. So we are going to learn all these organizations. We are going to learn all these organizations. Question is it mandatory to learn all these organizations? My answer is definitely yes. Being a consultant, we are admins and consultants, we should learn. But coming to the customers may not require all these organizations. Majorly 5 to 6 organizations a client may require. But we don't know. Sometimes we may be part of a big client where they're operating the business, multiple organizations are globally, they might require all the organizations. Though the customer requirement is limited. So we're going to learn all these organizations. Out of all these organizations, as I mentioned, out of 12, there is one organization called supervisory organization is mandatory. Mandatory. You must create this. It's a foundation, fundamental organization. Okay, why it is unique? Why not the remaining 11 organizations? Why I have to create only supervisory at first? Because if you want to create position, you need supervisor organization. If you want to hire an employee, you need a position. If you need a position, you need a supervisor organization. So everything is interdependent. Roles and responsibilities we can define on supervisor organization, and then copying the Workday delivered business processes or workflows, we have to copy only on the supervised organization. So that's why supervised organization becomes a unique one among all other organizations. And once we learn, then we will also move on to how to create a subordinate supervised organization, how to divide a supervised organization, how to assign a superior supervised organization, how to inactivate a supervised organization if you think that the organization is not required at all in future, temporarily or permanently. Okay. And then how to move workers or positions from one organization to another organization. Okay, so these are consolidated, we will learn. It's in simple, these are all together called managing organizations. Managing organizations. And then we'll also talk about additional organization types and hierarchies. As I said, additional organization types and hierarchies, we have 12, right? Except excluding supervisory, 11 organizations. So we'll create all the additional organizations and assign them under supervised organizations to default on positions and also for reporting purpose. Okay, I will just make it more simple. Supervised organizations like a department, HR department, executive management, or a finance department, where you will start hiring employees. Okay, So once we complete this chapter, we'll move on to the staffing models. First, we'll have an overview for each and every chapter. So in Workday, we have two types of staffing models are available. One is position management. Another one is job management. Okay? Position and job management. So both the staffing models have unique characteristics. Position management has its own merits and demerits. Job management also has its own merits and demerits. So we have to explore, okay, of position management and job management, and what are the limitations of this position management or job management. How to change the staffing model. What are the impact if we change the staffing model? Would that be possible to change the staffing model if we have active employees and open positions? How to change the staffing models in one go for multiple organizations? We are going to be learn under staffing models. Then after, we'll talk about hiring restrictions. Hiring restrictions, position restrictions, job restrictions, both are same. Okay. First of all, what is this hiring restrictions? For example, a client told you create position. In simple, what they said, create a position. Okay. What is the position title? What is the position effective date? When you would like to hire an employee into this position, earliest hire date? What is the location of the position? Where this position is going to be work? Is this position full-time or part-time? Time type. Is this position you creating for employee or contract? Is this position is very difficult to find in the market? All these attributes are nothing but hiring restrictions, friends. Okay? I'll summarize quickly. Location, time type, worker subtype, business title, availability date, earliest hire date. Okay, we will learn all those. What are the options we have? How to create new options in available attributes. Then after differentiating staffing models, as I said, we will discuss about in detail about position management and job management. We'll differentiate. And then I will come up with a case study. Like once we complete staffing models and you're clear with that, I'll come up with a case study. What is that? I'll present a document to you guys. Okay? I'll present a document. Expectations, we all will go through the document. It's a kind of a requirement. We all will go through the requirement and find out a suitable staffing model for that requirement. It will help us to analyze the requirement, understand the requirement, deliver the solution. And okay, for interviews also it will be helpful. That's how we'll proceed. Then after we'll talk about jobs and positions. It's a very simple chapter in Workday. So what we learn here? First we'll learn, it's a, as I said, simple chapter, job profile, job family groups. Okay, job profile, job family groups. In Workday, job profile is a mandatory object, friends, because it holds position additional key information. Okay, so in positions additional key information we can enter or capture into job profile and then assign the job profile to position so that you can hire an employee into that, like job level, job category, salary type, exempt or non-exempt positions, qualifications, skills, management level. Everything we can define in the job profile and then assign the job profile to your position so that your position is ready for hire. Where job family groups are optional, not mandatory, but we will create. Okay? Why? For example, you want to group all executive employees into one job family group, or you want to group all management employees into one job family group, or you want to group all HR employees into or corporate employees into one job family group. It's a kind of a grouping based on the similar characteristics of the jobs. You can group it. Okay, it's very widely helpful in advanced modules. Okay, then after job family groups, like grouping multiple job families into one job family group. So job profile you will create, you will assign under job family, job families you will assign under job family group, highest hierarchy. Okay, Then after, we'll also talk about how to get positions and jobs. What are the prerequisites? What are the business processes are required? Okay, we'll talk about how to get positions and jobs. Additionally, we will also discuss how to freeze a position, how to unfreeze a position, how to close a position. For example, let's assume a client told initially create three positions. Position A you created, B you created, position C you created. Okay, three positions you created. So that's normally business will first forecast how many employees they're planning to hire, and then only they will create position. Correct? Like this. Then after they decided, due to budgetary issues, they don't want to hire any employee in position C because there is no budget. Budget might be released in the next quarter, let's say in the month of February. So until instead of keeping this position open, we can freeze this position, which means the position temporarily not available for hire. Freeze means position temporarily not available for hire. Once the budget is released, once the budget is released, then unfreeze the position. Okay, unfreeze the position means the position is now available for hire. Position is now available for hire. This temporarily. Let's say permanently you don't want the position. Permanently you don't want the position. You already created, but later you don't want, so Workday doesn't allow you to delete. Alternatively, close the position. Permanent the position no longer available for hire. Okay, no longer available for hire. So this is also, it's not only creating positions, we also should be in a position to manage the position, move the position, move only the position, move position along with the employee, freeze position, close position, freeze the hire in the entire organization. So we can achieve that. Okay. We're going to discuss here in detail about that. Then after we'll also talk about compensation. Okay. We'll have overview, like what are the dependency of compensation. Compensation is a module which might require other module. Other modules also might require compensation data. Example, benefits require compensation data. Performance module required compensation data. Recruitment module required compensation data. Payroll module required compensation data. So if you choose a comp admin or a compensation consultant job, then remember you may require to coordinate with all four module people as well. Okay? Because their modules slightly or fully depends on your compensation. Okay, that's how we will learn overview. And then after dependencies, we will also talk about what are the business processes required for compensation. During hiring, which BP will be triggered. If you promote or demote, which BP will be triggered. If you're assigning ad hoc basis, which BP will be triggered. So we'll talk about in detail on that. And then after, we'll talk about compensation components. Very, very important. Compensation components, which means like compensation grade profile, salary plan, hourly plan, allowance plans like amount based allowance, percentage based allowance, unit based allowance, period salary plan, unit salary plan, one-time payment plan, commission plan, calculated plan, compensation element group, compensation package. Okay, all these are together, we'll call it as compensation components. So we'll talk about all these components and how to configure what data we need from the customers. Then after compensation segmentation security. For example, a recruitment lead reached out to you. You are a compensation consultant, a recruitment lead reached out to you. And they told, hey, I want a joining bonus one-time payment plan. Okay? For India or USA, a joining bonus one-time payment plan I need, or sign-on bonus one-time payment plan I need. Okay? And this plan must be available only for us, recruitment team only. Either manager of the employee or compensation consultant are now are not allowed to view nor assign this plan. Only recruitment team can assign this plan or view this plan, which means you are hiding this plan from group of people. You're allowing only specific group to initiate this plan. This we can achieve with the help of segmentation security. Which segment you want to allow, which segment you don't want to allow the users. Okay. Then after compensation eligibility rules. So what do I mean by compensation eligibility rules? Let's say you have three group of employees. Executive employees, management employees, non-management employees. Okay. And the requirement is executive employees are eligible for 2000 US dollars as car allowance. Which means if you hire an executive employee, they must be eligible for 2000 US dollars as a car allowance. If you hire a management employee and non-management employee, they are not eligible for car allowance. Plan should not be visible nor available to assign. This you can achieve with the help of eligibility rules. Identifying the right compensation for right employee. Okay. So based on their departments, positions, jobs, organization, we can create the rules. I will tell you how to create them during our compensation session. Okay. Then after compensation reports, 200 plus workday delivered reports we have in compensation. We can also create if required. Okay, depends on the client needs or requirements. Some of the reports are for decision making purpose, like how much salaries we are paying globally, location, regionally, department wise. So you can track those numbers. And also, some of the reports are called audit reports. Audit reports. What happens if these audit reports are? These reports are friend to us. If something goes wrong in the configuration, if anything went wrong in the configuration, this report will catch those issues. It will guide you how to resolve those errors. It is strongly recommended any plans or compensation changes you made, you must run this report to ensure there is no technical issues or errors. Okay? For that, the reports are helpful. Then after, we'll talk about security groups. As usual, we'll have overview of security groups. In Workday, majorly security groups are divided into two types. Security groups are divided into two types. One is domain-based security groups. Another one is business process security policies or groups. The right term is policies. Okay. What is the difference? Let's take an example. A client told to you, a manager is not allowed to view a manager is not allowed to view subordinates date of birth information. Okay. A manager is not allowed to view subordinates date of birth. For example, you are my manager, you are not allowed to view my date of birth because date of birth is sensitive information. In some regions, certain data must not be accessible for everyone. Correct. So these things we can achieve with the help of domain-based security groups. What happened here? I want to restrict managers not allowed to view the date of birth. But as a HR administrator, must view date of birth if required, modify as well. Modify as well. Okay. So these we can achieve with the help of domain-based security groups. 33,000 domains we have, friends. 33,000 domains we have. So any data from worker you would like to hide from anyone is possible in Workday. Business process security policies means, for example, let's say I have raised a leave request. You are my manager. I raise a leave request for 3 days. Then first it may trigger an approval to you. You will receive an approval. Kiran requested 3 days of time off. Now you have option to approve my leave, 3 days. Now you have option to deny my leave. Maybe a tight timelines we are working in a project. Or maybe you can send the request back to me saying that, hey Kiran, I can't approve 3 days, but I can approve 2 days. So correct the leaves and send it back. So you see here, approve the leave, deny the leave, cancel the leave, send the request back to the employee. These are all controlled by the business process security policies. Who can approve, who can cancel, who can deny, okay, who can send back. Okay, they are all part of business process security policies. Right. Apart from that, we will also talk about in detail about different types of security groups are available, configurable security, functional areas, and security items and security policies, how to grant access, how to create roles, how to create service center representative, okay, and then how to troubleshoot security related errors. So we'll discuss all those. Okay. And then we'll move on to the next topic called business process. Business process first we'll have overview, as I mentioned, like what are the list of business process we have in Workday, how to differentiate the BPs are copied or already in scope or not in scope, and where we can view the list of BPs which are copied already in the system. First, we'll explore that. Okay, and limitations of business process, behaviors of business process. Then after, we'll talk about business process framework. So we have 360 plus business process we have in Workday. Different clients might require different VPs, so Workday has delivered these many. So one of the advantage here is if you learn how to configure one business process, you are able to configure all the business process in Workday because the process remains same. So first we'll try to understand the framework, like how to add a row in the business process, how to include a security group, how to include actions. Well, okay, what are the different types of actions we have? What is the difference between due date and due date is based on effective date? And then what is all option? Okay, and what happens when you select skip or optional? So we'll discuss all these details in detail. And then we'll talk about business process configuration options like approval, consult approval, approval chain, consult approval chain, action, to do, review documents, service. Like that, we have around 14 configuration options are available. We will explore all those options with real-time scenarios. Okay. Then after, we'll also talk about how the business process functionality works, how to include other business process as a sub process, how to differentiate a parent business process and child business process or a sub process. We will discuss like that. Additionally, we will also talk about advanced business process configuration options, something like create a condition rule, maintain a condition rule, maintain step delay, step level override, step as completion, create a custom notification, differentiating Workday notification with custom notification, conditional notification in Workday, okay, and configure consolidated approval, routing restrictions, approval chains. So all these are part of advanced BP configuration options. Okay, so we'll learn all these configuration options with real-time scenarios. Then after, we'll move on to the transactions in Workday. So here, so far what we did is set up friends, organization we created, position you created, roles and responsibility through job profile you assigned, compensation you configured, security groups, workflows you configured, then you're hiring employee here. So first we'll create a pre-applicant data or a pre-hire data. Okay, to initiate the hire. What are the three ways we have? So all the three possible options we will discuss. And then before initiating hire process, so what are the reports we need to run to ensure the hire is successful? How to troubleshoot hire if you run into an error? How to navigate through the event to the business process? Okay, what are the common issues as a consultant we will get during hire process? So we'll discuss in detail about that. And of course, will complete a successful hire as well. And then after completion of hire, we'll do a 360 degrees overview of end-to-end employee or worker data walkthrough. Okay. Then after, we'll also talk about staffing movements, which means in Workday terms, we'll call it a change up, or sometimes they'll call it a job change. What it is, what it is. So it's a kind of a promotion. So change up staffing movements means promotion, transfer, demotion, data changes. Promotion, transfer, demotion, data changes. Okay. These are all consolidated. We will call it as change up or staffing movements. For example, if you're promoting an employee, employee reporting manager will change. Employee compensation may be changed. Employee roles and responsibility might be changed. Employee work location will be changed. There are a lot of other things will impact, correct? So you need to include all those as part of those events. So we'll talk in this in discuss. And then after we'll also talk about termination process. Okay? Termination process. So first, what is termination process? How to configure voluntary, involuntary termination reasons and categories, local or country specific termination reasons and categories. Okay. So voluntary, involuntary termination categories or reasons means globally available reasons. Okay. The reason is available in India, the same reason available in Australia, Canada, and US as well. But local termination reasons or country specific termination reasons means the reasons should available only in that country if you terminate any employee. So that level we'll discuss. Then after notice period eligibility rules, how to configure notice period eligibility rules, maintain notice periods, initiate termination process a severance payment for a terminated employee. Severance payment should not be triggered for an employee who terminated with a involuntary reason. So that level scenarios also, and post termination challenges and activities also will be discussed. Apart from that, we will also talk about advanced business process events. What it is? Advanced business process events. So we are humans, right? Sometimes mistakes might happen. Example, a hire supposed to be happen tomorrow, but by mistake you hired an employee today in the system. So how to handle such requirements? Like correct an event, cancel an event, mass cancel, mass resign, resend an event, mass cancel to dos, configure profiles and configure profile groups, okay, reassigns, okay, mass operation management process. So we'll discuss all those options as part of advanced BP configurations. Additionally, as I said initially, the Workday deployment methodology, a 3-hour session, a 2-hour session, also we will discuss. Okay, this is about Workday core HR topics. Before we proceed to integration, anyone have any questions? Okay, now before I'm going to integration, let me highlight few more points here. How we are going to present the topic to you guys, how we will support during your tenure attendance sessions. Quickly, I will explain, and then sorry, someone asked me a question. Go on, sir. Yeah.
Yes, Kiran. Kiran, I have gone through Workday training in my office. So all
Oh,
of this
great.
topic which you're discussing, is it module based and practical based? Which mean, I know any integration. Any software required first. We have
All
to create
concepts.
create
Yeah,
an entity in which we supervise, then hire an employee. These are the basics, right? So
right.
uh, I'm trying to understand here, relate, uh, is it something the same or is it something a different thing?
So you're talking about only the supervised organization, sir. Okay, that might be a foundation, fundamental configuration.
Correct.
But if you see in your office training, did they discuss about period salary plan, one-time payment plan, calculated plan, commission plans, how to configure compensation element groups?
Yes, yes. I mean to say, for example, I am first user to an Workday, first I'll
Okay.
create a company Amazon. In Amazon, I'll create a supervisor. Then in another supervisor, they'll add the compensation. Then I'll go with the hiring date. Then, as you mentioned,
Exactly.
so
Same process here also we are following. That's
yeah,
right.
correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
got
Exactly. Sir. Same process. Okay. So I got your question. So this is for okay. Allow me just 5 minutes. Sir. I'll get back to you.
sure,
I'll clearly explain. Okay, just 5 minutes.
sure.
I'm mid of the topic. So coming to the logistics, you will get 24 into 7 tenant till the training is completed. Actually, it's 2 months, 40 hours we're supposed to complete. Second thing, you will receive a workday materials and also running notes or class notes, which on daily basis I will present. And then you will also receive 150 interview questions without answers. I will tell you the reason why I'm not giving answers. The reason is if I give answers, it will be a one word. In interview, that doesn't help you. So whenever you explore in the system, that will help you. I do have answers also. I will give that. But first, I want you guys to explore the 150 without answers. You explore and get the answer, something like that. Okay. And how we are going to present the topic? For example, if I complete one chapter, okay, let's say we are talking about supervised organization. First, I'll try to ensure you're clear with what is supervised organization, what is the prerequisites, what are the next steps you need to configure, what data you need to configure for supervised organization. And then after, what are the unique characteristics of supervised organization? And then after, I'll come with a requirement, a real-time requirement, a sample one. We'll go through the requirement and make ourselves familiar with the requirement first. Based on the requirement, we'll configure the data in the tenant. Thirdly, we'll validate our comparison, whether you have configured a hierarchy based on your or based on the document or requirement. Okay, or if anything issues and all, will resolve. That also we will perform. And once I complete 3 chapters, for example, I completed these 3 chapters. Before we proceed to the next chapter, I will come with 30 questions without any answers. I expect you have to give the answer. That helps you to that helps you to analyze where you stand in each chapter. Okay, and also it will help you for your interview preparations. That way also it helps. So that's how we will go for each and every chapter. And once I complete one chapter, I will come up with a requirement document, a real-time requirement document. I'll present to you guys. I request or my expectation is configure based on the requirement document, configure the entire chapter. Post configuration, I'm there if you want me to validate or if you run into an error, I'll help you to troubleshoot and resolve. So that's how we are going to be present. Okay. And at the end of the session, for example, we reached up to business process and hire. I will present 2 documents. Okay. Moderate, complex, and complex requirements from the from the core concepts to transactions. Of course, reports also I will give you. EAVs, data loads. It's a kind of a project. My request or expectation based on the requirement, you need to work in the tenant. It will help you to understand the requirements, how the project we have to configure. So there I'm going to come with the real-time requirements and scenarios. Yeah, and as I mentioned, 150 questions also we will share. Yeah. So this is how we are going to present the topic. And sir, coming back to your question. So I agree, this is the core HR. Yeah, you know, right? Since you already taken the, you might be aware. Anyone would like to learn advanced module like payroll, benefits, absence, you must understand Workday Core HR first because it's a centralized data. Workflows are configured here. Dependency of compensation data is here. Entire headcounts, everything is available in Core HR. It's not my recommendation, sir. It's a Workday recommendation. Even if anyone want to learn integration also, this Core HR is mandatory because the data is serving from here, right? So,
yes.
yeah. So, okay. Any questions before I take you to integrations?
Hi, Kiran. This is Dev. I would want to know, once we get the tenant access, do we get as an admin rights or like HR rights
Admin
for
rights.
creating all the admin rights? Okay. We can
Admin
create
rights.
our own like organization
Any,
setup, right?
yeah,
Like
any,
legal entity, like workflows, business rules, anything we can create by our own, right?
everything. So
Okay.
no restrictions at all. No restrictions at all. Even if you would like to explore a new module also like benefits payroll, that access also will help. Because here you log in through Logan McNelsa and she is a super user in this tenant. She has all module access. Once you proxy to her account, you are able to perform anything in Workday.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Karan.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions, friends? Any okay. Quickly, I will take the integration part also, and then maybe I will hear from you if any questions. So post completion, as I said, 2 projects will be provided. I will work with you. I mean, first expectations. You guys will work on the projects, and maybe if anyone is okay, if everyone is okay, I'm happy to review your project and give the feedback or fix that issue if any. If you are fine, if that is fine with you, okay. And once we're done, we'll move on to the reporting. So far, we configured, right? In the report module, we are going to get the data into the form of reports. Okay. So here, what we'll learn. First, we'll go through a report writer overview. Before that, business objects, data. So that is more technical. I just high level and touch base. What is BO? Okay. What is the data source? How to identify a fields under BO and how to add a cluster fields and data source. How to select the data source based on the requirement. We'll discuss first overview. And then report writer overview, how to develop a simple report, how to convert a simple report, advanced report, and how to get calculated fields. As I said, 30,000 plus fields Workday already delivered. If those fields are also not sufficient or not met your requirement, then you can create calculated fields. Okay, little logical here. We will discuss those. Then aggregation based on primary business objects and secondary business objects. Then data set security, report field security, report management security domains. Each and every field we have a control to hide who can view the. We have a control from whom we want to hide, whom we want to allow. Okay. Then how to schedule reports if you don't want to run manually. Scheduling is always recommended. Particular time, particular date, specific time zone, the report automatically run on its own and deliver to the respective recipients. And how to develop a matrix report, how to convert a report as a workload and onboarding, and how to embed the report into business process as a flash report. Also, we will discuss. Okay. Then after we'll move on to the core connectors. It's an integration tool. Okay. So we have multiple core connectors, web services or templates are available. So here we'll work on business object as a worker. So here first we'll try to understand integration architecture overview, integration cloud connect, integration system templates, core connector business object as worker, integration services in core connector, change detection, typo, it's not detection friends, it's detection. Change detection logics we will configure in the core connectors and integration business process, like how to find the integration, how many days you want to retain the file, in which format you want the file, who should receive this file. Okay. And yeah, encryption, everything we will discuss. In one line, core connect is nothing but if you want to send any data, for example, employee data you want to send for MetLife to process benefits. After process, you want to get the benefit elections into Workday. We can use core connect. Okay. Any data of the employee you want to move from Workday to third-party application or bring third-party application to Workday, we can use this core connect. Then after, we'll also talk about EIBs. EIB stands for Enterprise Interface Builder. Enterprise Interface Builder. So you have 2 types of EIBs are available. I will explain. So here we'll have EIB overview, EIB design pattern. EIB has limitations when compared with other tools. Workday Public Web Services overview. What the different types of web services we have. Okay, we will discuss Workday Report as a service, how to develop an inbound EIB, how to develop an outbound EAB, customer report transformation, CRT, EAB features, loading customer transactional data into Workday by using inbound EAB. I'll make it more simple. For example, there is a payroll integration already created or available in the system. A second validation for the current month payroll process or week or semi-monthly, bi-monthly, what are the pay frequency? The ADP asks you to send the entire employee data. So what we can do is we can create a report. For example, you're running the payroll for India in ADP. They have already filed, they have already available. Just for validation purpose, I want to schedule a report. And the report I want to send to the vendor through EAV. Multiple reports, sorry, not multiple, one report. What I can do, I can create the report for India, how many employees are there, what are the department, what are the salaries, what are the allowances they have, what is the last month paid salary, everything for comparison purpose. And then I can attach that the report to the EAB. And once I file the EAB, the data will go and sit with the ADP folders. Okay? The SFTPs or FTPs or email or even a SharePoint. Go and sit in there. So a password will be there. They will enter the password. The file will open so that they will process or they will validate it. For that, we can use EIB. That is called outbound EIB. You are sending data from Workday to vendor. Inbound EIB means mass data transactions. For example, you want to change compensation. You want to increase 10% of salary for 30,000 employees or 300 employees. Okay, or 30 employees. You want to terminate a mass employees. You want to hire mass employees. You want to create multiple positions. You want to promote 1,000 employees. So we cannot do each individual transaction, right? We need a tool here to process that. There exactly this inbound will be helpful for mass data transactions. Okay. So similar to our core HR, here also each and every chapter will go with real-time scenarios, real-time examples. I come up with business cases. Based on the case, we'll build the integration, we'll build the reports, and we'll troubleshoot as well if any issues we run into. Okay, this is about an integration topics we are going to be cover. Any questions, friends? Here, I can help. I'm sorry if I'm talking about more technical. Would like to hear from you if any questions. I try my best to make it more simple.
Kiran, with regards to
Yeah.
EIB can be uh, created, or is it the default EIB that will be running in this training under the tenant access?
Right, sir. There are two things here, sir. One, the EAB, as you mentioned, which is already created, we can reuse it. But
Mhm.
sometimes version controls, new updates are coming from Workday.
Mhm.
Okay. So at that time, what happened? Your existing EAB may not be successfully run. Okay. That's the reason you need to replace your EAB with a new web service or new template you need to call it. Okay. But Workday will tell you 45 days before itself in such cases.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is the EAB, our web service has been impacted, or we've introduced new few more fields and validations. So please use the new provided web service. So we are decommissioning the existing web service. So like that, Workday will let us know, sir, as part of features. And but thank you so much for asking that question. As I said, we'll also discuss the change management activity, right? So whenever the new features updates Workday releasing, right, how those changes are impacting, what report we need to run, how to assess the impact assessment, and how to present to the stakeholders. Also, we will discuss.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions, friends?
Kiran, Sangeeta here.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm from a non-technical background. Is there any
Yeah.
coding required?
Excellent
Because
question.
I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with this technical terms and all that. So like SQL and all that. So is it
Yeah.
required?
Thank you for asking that question. No, I completely ignored that. Thank you. So, ma'am, for the topics, whatever I'm showing on the screen, coding is not required, ma'am. Okay? Coding is not required. In
Okay.
Workday, coding is required for one tool that is called Studio, highly complex integration tool. In Workday recommends don't use that tool. The reason is if anyone build an integration with the help of that tool, it's very tough to maintain the data in Workday. In Workday, don't give the guarantee for that. Okay, that's a service level agreement. So the product Workday itself simplifies the current processes now to minimize the coding. Minimize the coding. I'll give an example. When I was in SAP, that time I'm a 2 or 3 years experience. I just completed my post graduation and joined. So there, what happened? Some of the friends might be above us. If I want to create a report, I must learn above HR. I need to write a code, get the report, get the number partner, or get the department, something like that. I need to write a code. Post write in the code, test it, and get the data into Adobe Forms or a document, something like that. Highly complex, time-taking one. Workday simplified that. Drag and drop functionality. All the fields are worked already delivered. You need to identify if you want to get this field, which data source I need, which business object I need. That level of logical thinking is there. Coding is not required. Even after this, if you want to learn advanced modules also, coding is not required. Functions as well. No,
Okay. Thank you, Kiran.
no, no worries. And as I said, Studio is one of the integration tool. If none of the tools are met the requirement, then everyone prefers Studio. But problem with the Studio, when a customer and Workday, when any customer implement Workday, there's an agreement. Any integration built on Studio, if in future it doesn't work, Workday is not responsible. So, okay, underlined, clear message because it's a kind of a simple customization. Yeah. Sorry, someone asked a question. Go on, sir.
So then, during this training, we'll be learning how to create that studio for an future use.
Organizations.
Mhm.
So here, sir, during this training, we are going to be learn creating organizations, all this stuff, what I'm presenting. Moreover, those are creating simple things. Logical thinking, like what data I need. For example, you took the organization administrator role, sir. Okay, you got the job, org admin role.
Mhm.
As an org admin, what is your roles and responsibilities? Managing and maintain the organization structures. So, what data you need from the clients? How the current data has been configured? Where you can review the data is accurate or not? What reports you need to run to ensure your organization is excellent without any issues or errors? If errors, how to troubleshoot that? Okay, so that level we are going to be learning. Okay, instead of end user, we'll think like, we will learn like consulting. Yeah. So at the end of the topic, it's my responsibility. Everyone must be equal to 2 to 3 years of experience in Workday. That I will take care. So each and everything we're going to discuss real-time scenarios and examples.
Hi, Kiran.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Yeah,
This is
please, sir.
Shiva.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
I'm working in MNC company.
Okay.
I have experience of 3 years experience in support project.
Excellent.
My
Okay.
friend is suggested. My friend is suggested to Workday for me. So I have a doubt. Can I switch the
Yes.
company for the 3 years of experience?
Mm.
Can be competent with the real-time guy who has working in the Workday? I mean,
Correct.
we have both are different now. I mean, can we compete with them or not? My doubt is.
I know. I got your question, sir. I got your question. So first thing, if you attend daily our sessions, and if you practice what are the activities I gave, okay, ask questions and get it clarified. At the end of the day, trust me, you will be equal to the 3 years of experience, sir. Confidently, you're able to manage. Okay? Confidently, you're able to manage. So, my request is ask questions when things are not clear. Practice what are the things we are asking you or requesting you to do. You can do that within 2 to 3 months, you are equal to that level. At the same time, you also need to practice continuously. Practice continuously. Okay? So, I will assure that.
Kiran,
Yes.
we need only core SCM and integration part also we need. I mean, this level of we need to switch that
Uh,
company. So uh, they
Sir,
both are required.
current market, uh, why I'm saying this too here is the tools, whatever we have integration doesn't require any coding, sir, except the simple logical thinking. By adding this tool, your resume will become unique. Very few people we have techno function in the market. Okay. There are positions only for this module, compensation. There are positions only for security groups. There are positions only for organizations and staffings also. So when you learn integrations, you are covering reports. Report again, you have jobs and report itself, separate jobs and reports. So opportunities are more when you learn that. Or if you say, no, Kiran, I'm not comfortable in this reporting, integrations, inbound AV co-connector, then what I recommend, learn core HR and please add one advanced module, either benefits or payroll or absence management. Okay? Either these, add one advanced module, learn again. It can be a 15 to 20 days session. So learn that and you can get into the market, sir.
Uh, Thank you, Kiran. Valuable information.
Yeah, the reason is what happened, opportunities are very good in Workday. Kindly review your job portals, Naukri, Indeed, and Goodword, LinkedIn. Just subscribe and see that so many Workday opportunities are there. All the clients are moving to Workday. Okay. Earlier it was limited to USA. Now it moved to European and it covering Middle East is the one of the great challenge they want to acquire. And ANG they acquired. Okay. The full all the client has moved. And in Asia, also South Asia, fully focused Workday now on this part. So opportunities are good, sir. In fact, getting to the Workday job also easy. But sustaining in the job is in your hand. Okay. Getting into the Workday job, easy. When other challenges are coming in, you should stand on yourself or work with or collaborate with the team and deliver. If you can do that, then yeah, you're able to sustain. First 3 months, once you get into the job, is not going, may not be an easy. I'm not making you off, right? I'm just trying my best to set that expectations. So, okay. So you have to, that's the time, right? Everyone will observe. We have to prove ourselves. We have to compete with our other people now. Yeah. Okay.
Kiran, I have one thing to discuss with you.
Please, sir, please.
Currently, I am working as a global senior HRS analyst in US. We have
Great.
our operations in 58 countries. It's a global company, and
Okay.
currently I'm operating from global headquarters though.
Yeah.
I'm the HRS analyst for recruiting and employee central and integration modules, and I'm also the backup for ECP and performance management and compensation too. It is in
Okay.
success
Great.
factors though. Pretty much, the
Oh,
foundations I see, very similar to Workday as well.
yeah.
So I would want to pursue like, my next career in Workday as an HRS analyst rather than being a consultant.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so it would be better to learn all these things. Whatever you've mentioned, it is pretty much, very good. As I see in the market too, that they were requesting these kind of requirements though.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else I should be learning more apart from being as a consultant? Because I don't want to be as a consultant. I would want to pursue into HRS
HRS.
analyst roles on. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, thank you so much for bringing that question. Actually, the the title, it will be different to client, company to company, right? So when I say consultant means I'm talking the lot of opportunities with the consulting companies, sir. So boutique consulting companies also forming with Workday. But we also have openings directly with the product-based companies. There we will use the word HR analyst, senior HR systems, right, sir? Or IT professionals or IT, something like that. Okay. Coming to your question. After learning this, since you are in USA, there's a huge demand for benefits every year in the month of February. You know well,
Yeah.
since you are in the country, benefits are top-notch modules, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
and payroll or absence adding will more help. Yeah, one module, one advanced module.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking in that way only because I would want to learn and be in HCM,
Mm.
integrations,
Right, right.
benefits, and time tracking, and if possible, payroll too.
Oh God, you covered all the topics, sir. Your profile will be like super hit if we can.
Yeah, I would
So
want to be in
for
that way.
me, right, sir. Yeah, I can understand your experience is saying that. Even I started with initially integrations. In fact, testing integration in 2012. Very, very few projects does no one knows Workday in the market. 2015 onwards, everyone knows what is Workday because like Walmart joined and very Apple joined in that I think 17 or 15, something like that. All big clients have joined to with Workday. Then other companies get to know Workday is a tool. I still remember when I was a team lead. Um, there's one client, not revealing the client name, they visited my facility, my company facility. We are Workday team. We want to convince them for Workday. Their SAP team, they're already having SAP, but they want to go with SuccessFactors. So SuccessFactors people, they gave their presentations, demos, and Workday people, we gave our presentations and demos. But they're slight inclined to SuccessFactors initially because they worked in SAP, the same terminology, same thing, but they're seeing in the cloud. But when we talk about the cost, expensive time, implementation time, tools, convinced with Workday. So both are not success factors is super good in terms of payroll, 100 plus countries if I'm not wrong. They have coming to Workday, you have only five country payroll only you were able to run in Workday. That limitation also there in Workday. Rest everything they give connectors, NGA, BSI, ADP, easy to connect and process. So each tool has their own merits. Yeah,
Thanks. I see
right.
that because last year we went for Workday demos in our company also because it's been like 8 years that we are with Success Factors.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
we felt like our company felt like Workday is really really good because we have gone through all the demos. But the thing
Oh,
is, the
yeah.
cost matters because I see Workday is charging more as compared to what we
No,
have currently in Success Factors.
no, right, sir. Right. No, because yeah, they're also
And what is the
including,
A module, A tool in Workday?
yeah. At this moment, Workday Assistant is a AI tool.
Okay.
So it's a to make it more simple, sir, it's still immature one. It's a chatbot. Okay, it's a chatbot that is helpful for the people for ESS and MSS or some transactions for administrator HRS teams like promotions, transfers, terminations we can initiate. But ultimately, Workday target is in future they also want to simplify our jobs, consultants or HRS jobs. So they may bring those transactions now. At this moment, it's still under development, sir, not that advanced. Though Workday says we have AI, that's a chatbot.
Yeah, that's true, Kiran. Even in my company too, we would want to reduce the number of HRs and we would want to go through the ESS and MSS opportunities more so that, they would not be depending on the HRs or through the ticketing tool or the support teams.
Oh, great. Yeah, I mean, right, sir. That's the majority of the, and whenever we connect with Workday also, the first thing, user experience, simplify the processes. Yeah, that's correct. Great. Okay. Any other questions, sir? Or any other questions to other friends? I can help you. Okay. So some of you might have career related questions. So switching to career from one tool to another tool is not an easy decision. Okay. So if you have anything you would like to discuss offline and any career kind of guidance in the sense, if anyone have non-IT want to move to Workday, what challenges I have in terms of any documentations or what challenges I have to face. So if you have such questions, don't hesitate. You can just call the organizer. He will take me to the conference. We'll try our best to help you out. At the same time, your friends might be told, or relatives might be told, or you might explore. Kindly explore the opportunities, guys. Okay? Workday opportunities are really good. Don't go with my words. First explore the market. Okay? But as I said, getting into job is easy. Pay is super good. Either you in any country, pay is super good. Sustaining first 3 months. Okay, there might be challenges for every day, every week. You should be ready for that. But end of the time, after this course completion, is my responsibility. You are confident on modules, whatever I mentioned here, equal to 2 to 3 years. That I will take care. Okay. So with that, is it okay if we can hold for today? Are any questions I can help you?
Sure, Kiran. I have one last question here.
Please, sir. Please.
Uh, I have done a transition wherein Alight was running the payroll for one of our country. I work for a global payroll, so
Okay.
they were on the platform uh, US, Canada, and UK. So we made a transition to our in-house payroll. So I have a little knowledge about how Workday platform look like and how do we run the payroll and integration. We first pull the integration, then we do a validation, then we load the integration, then calc the payroll, and then look for a final report and complete the payroll. Right? How different this learning would be for me overall? Like
So
where I'll be seeing myself if I go through this learning.
you're already in advanced, sir. Compared to this model, what I'm talking, you're already in advanced.
Mm-hmm.
So if you talk about only the payroll in terms of payroll that we're going to discuss on the pay group and pay group setup, that's the only one piece is going to be touch base. Okay. So there what happens, please feel free to correct me. There you might run the integration, you will take the file, and process the file in the Alert payroll system and put the data back to the Workday, right? Are you part of any integration builds and also, or just processing the data?
No, as mentioned, one of the query by
Transitions
Sirisha.
currently.
No, we
Yeah.
did not run any studio. It's just that the set of integrations that is already set up, we pull that setup over a period of time. We schedule the integration EIB, right? I mean to say,
Yeah.
uh, tomorrow we
That
have
will
a
get
payroll
the
day, and we.
understood.
Mhm,
Now here this training, how it will helpful for you is the integration, what are the data is fetching, right, sir?
mhm,
How the data is configured, how the data is assigned, where are the groupings we have. Okay, that we're going to learn in this course, sir. And not only that, the EAB, once you receive the file, how the integration has been built.
mhm,
Okay, which web services has chosen and what field mapping has been made. So that we are going to learn here, sir. So you already know the process. Means what happening, like getting the files, processing, you are aware. How the data is settled with the employee. Okay, how this integration has been configured. That
mhm.
you are going to be learn through this course, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Kiran. Yeah, got
Thank
it.
you. Any other questions, friends?
Hi, Kiran.
Hi.
So I have in total 4 years of experience and currently working as IT recruiter in an MNC organization.
Sure.
So I'm trying to get into this Workday functional consultant position, especially. I just want to know there are multiple things like Oracle HCM as well as Workday and SAP SuccessFactors, all three. So as I just want to know which one has more scope. Is it Oracle HCM or Workday? Which one lasts long?
I mean, sir, Oracle, let's see, Joho also there,
Yeah.
and success factors. As a friend also mentioned, being such a senior person he is,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So I'm working in Workday. Definitely, I will praise my Workday application. So that's not fair. So I do have friends. In Oracle Fusion, I have friends. Success Factors, I have friends. In terms of projects, in terms of more clients transition to HR into Workday, sir. Okay.
Okay.
That's why the demand is increasing for the tool. I'm not downgrading, not saying anything wrong about other tools. Maybe those are excellent tools, Oracle or Success Factors. If you
Understood.
ask me demand which tool have, that is Workday. Okay.
I
Why
see.
customer
I
choose
totally
different
agree
types of
with you,
parameters?
Kiran, because
I
I'm
know.
currently looking for a job. When I search for the jobs, out of 10, 6 were from Workday, and
Okay.
2
Yeah,
were maybe in SAP, and the 2 would be like from other different modules like Oracle, whatever the other HR modules companies. Yeah.
excellent. Yeah, yeah. So,
60% were in Workday only currently.
right. So that's the actually the 500 companies globally, whatever the work they're planning to bring into Workday, sir. So that's their target. First, they focused on top 50 companies. I mean, that's high level information. I don't have much more details. What I know is they're already achieving the target. You take any big companies like
I
Walmart.
see a lot
I
of
mean,
organizations are implementing Workday. So that's the reason
exactly.
I wanted to get into it. But I mean, you being in the market, you must be having some kind of clarity, right? Like, so this one
So
is
I am seeing being in a market, I will see few things, sir. What is demand? Because I need to sustain in this, right?
yeah,
This tool I need to sustain for a few more years.
exactly.
I have to
That's
take
the
care of my
reason.
EMIs in one simple language.
Yeah.
So future is good.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
What I observed in Workday, they're adopting new technologies. They're listening to the clients first thing. They're
Mm,
listening to their clients. Challenges they're bringing into solutions in work. That is one of the key factors they're doing it. That's why continuously, even in Corona time, I'm talking about 4 years back a story, 4 year back story. I was surprised the opportunities are keep increasing for Workday. That shows clients are moving to this and opportunities are growing.
mm.
So, yeah, comparing all those parameters, Workday is a fine. So,
Okay. Thank you for giving the clarity, Kiran.
at the same time, sir, don't go with my words, okay?
Yeah, I
I
understand.
want you to, as a friend said, he well said. Sir, thank you so much for highlighting that. Check the post, okay? Go to one tool, see how many positions, when they're posted, go to Workday, how many positions. You do the calculation. The reason, sir, you're spending time here.
Mm,
Next 40 days, you're going to do journey with us.
mm,
Moreover, your hard-earned money might you are also investing here.
mm,
Okay? It
mm.
might be. So take the right call. That's what I mean.
And
Yeah.
there's one more thing I wanted to ask you. I get to know from one of my friend that Workday certification is mandatory for to get into any organization. So
That
can
is old story, sir. That is true. What your friend said is true up to 2016-15 thing.
mm,
After that, what happened? Those time only the consulting companies are there. Accenture, KPMG, Deloitte, IBM, like that. Now partner companies are increasing. For example, boutique
Deloitte,
companies.
Accenture, and
Okay.
a few other
Now
organizations.
you can see, so you mentioned the name. I don't want to mention since it is recording. Deloitte you
Yeah,
mentioned,
sure,
right?
sure, sure, yeah. So sorry.
Just check the yesterday's post.
Mm,
They posted South Asia, they're doing a massive hire in Workday.
mm,
Did they mention anywhere having certification is mandatory? No. Preferable, but not mandatory. Here skill is required, sir. Now, earlier it was, I completely agree with you. I do have 8 certifications. What should I do with that? Companies have decided now not to maintain only. I may lose. No value for certification at this moment.
mm.
Okay. And yeah, no value because this product-based countries like end users, companies, they are also hiring directly the team. So yeah, check that all the whatever I mentioned, please check in the what do you call in the LinkedIn, sir. Yeah,
Sure, I'll be doing that, Kiran. Thank you.
thank you, thank you. Okay, excellent questions. Actually, you guys have helped me by giving your answers also. Looks like all are professionals here in this forum. Might be it may be very good for me to. Okay, if no questions, would that be okay if we can hold for today? Maybe my organizer will reach out to share your feedback and please help us. If you think anything we are not good or aligned, we're happy to take the feedback from you, sir. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Kiran.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you so much for giving valuable time. Though it is Sunday, you guys have joined and supported us. Thank you so much. Please take care and stay safe. Have a good day and good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you all.
Kiran.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Kiran.
Please take care. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Take care.